Hello, and welcome back to Animated Literacy. This is lesson number 73 from the Story Song and Action book. In our last lesson, we learned about Whirling Irving and how he likes to make jerky, fast turns on his scooter. So pretend you're on Irving's scooter, take hold of the steering wheel like this, pretend like you're going around a corner too fast and turn that wheel quickly and go, "Irr" for Irving. So what's Irving's sound? Irr. And if we take his sound and we put it into lemon, what's it going to sound like? Lemon has two syllables, lemon, so now it's going to be what? Lermern, lermern. And if we put it into banana, what's it going to be? Banana has one, two, three syllables, banana, so now it's going to be what? Burner. And if we put both of those into apples and bananas, what do we have? Irving likes to ert, lermers and burners. Irving likes to ert, lermers and burners. And if we take some of our other characters and put those in, here we have Ike riding his bike, so what's his going to be? Ike likes to ite, limines and bininis. Ike likes to ite, limines and bininis. What's Arnie doing? Larmarns and barnarnars. Larmarns and barnarnars. What's Lulu doing? Loo moons and boo noo noos. What's old Joe Crow doing? Rowing. Low moans and bo no nos. How about Uncle Upton? Lemons and bananas. Ichabod itching. Lemons and bananas. Try each one. See if you can do it before me, and if you can't, do it right after me. Edgar exercising. Lemons and bananas. Woody Woodchuck. Lemons and bananas. What's Eve? Gleamings and beanies. What's Ollie? Lemons and bananas. Annie? Lemons and bananas. Owl and Mouse. Low mounds and bow now nows. Abe. Laymanes and bananas. And we're back to Irving, and what does he eat? Lermers and burners. Okay. Well, we have a lot of fun drawings today, so let's get right to it. First thing is we learned about Irving, who is what? Irving is a turtle. So let's draw a picture of a turtle today. So on 3, take your cap off. 1, 2, 3. Turn it around. Put it on the other end. Show me when you're ready to draw eyes. So I'm going to come most of the way up my paper. And I'm going to draw an eye and put a dot for a pupil. Okay. Now we're going to give him a mouth. So I'm going to just make an angle line pointing right back to his eye. Now we'll give him a head. So I'm going to come from this part of his angle line up over the top of his head, down in a straight line. Then I'm going to come from here back a little bit and down. And we're going to curve so he's coming out of his shell here. So there he is with his neck sticking up out of his shell. Show me when you're ready to do his shell. Now we're going to come up over here with kind of a dome shape for his shell, down, and connect it back there. Now he has to have a tail. So give him a little tail sticking up out of his shell. Now what else does he need? He needs some legs and feet. And since turtles spend most of their time in the water, their feet are kind of paddle shaped so they can paddle their way through the water. So here's his 4 legs and feet. And we can give him some little decorations if you want with some little squares on his shell. So what do we call this? We called this a turtle. So everybody say turtle. What's the first sound you hear? T. T for tickling. Now remember Irving's song? He goes, you are turn, you are turn. So let's use a U and an R for his sound. So now we've got turtle. So what do we have next? We need a T. Turtle. What's the last sound in turtle? Wool. And we talked about before that some words just get that extra E on the end, and that's the case for Irving. So we're going to put an E on the end of the word turtle. So come around here and tie our string to our turtle. Now we're going to make something else that uses Irving's sound. So let's see if you can guess what it is that we're going to make. I'm going to start with the rhyme. So I'm going to put IR this time to spell Irving's sound. Sing this. IR is for Irving. IR is for Irving. Now put a dot on top of the I. And put a D at the end. So what do we have? Erd. 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 What can you think of that rhymes with erd, or that ends with erd? Let's put a B on the front. So now if we put a B there, what do we have? We've got bird. Bird. And what does that word say? That word says bird. So what are we going to draw a picture of? Let's draw a picture of a bird down here. So I'm going to start my bird with a circle for the eye, and a dot inside the circle. Then I'm going to come out in front and I'm going to make a triangle for my bird's beak. Now I'm going to come from my triangle up over the top of the head and straight down a little bit. Show me when you're ready for one of the bird's wings. Next I'm going to take, and I'm going to go right next to that line, at the end of that line, come up to a point, back down and a curve at the bottom. Then I'll extend that line just a tiny bit. And now right next to this wing, come up to a point again, curve back down to the line. And now we're going to give our bird a tail. I'll extend out this way, a curve in here. Then I'm going to curve here and give him kind of a W at the end of that curve. And then I'll come back here and finish his tail. With a straight line back, another curve, and some lines along here. Okay, now let's give him his chest. So we're going to come from this little W for his legs. We're going to come up like so. So there's my bird. Now he needs some feet, and his feet need to be holding on to something. So we're going to draw a perch, because a lot of times a bird likes to perch on something. So I'm going to make a straight line underneath him, kind of make a little circle at the end of that straight line, another straight line there, and a curved line at the end. So there's what he's going to be perched on. Now from the little bottom of the little W we did here, make two lines down, and then here's his little feet holding onto the perch. So we drew a picture of a bird, so I'll tie the string to bird, and now we drew a picture of a perch. So let's see how we're going to write the word perch. Everybody say perch. Perch. What do you hear first? P for painting. What do you hear next in perch? Perch. E. And so if you sing this part of the song, ER is for jerky. ER is for jerky. So when we sing the song, it's IR is for Irving. ER is for jerky. You are turn. You are turn. Now what goes on the end of perch? Perch. Perch. Chauncey Chipmunk sound. And how do we spell that? With a C and an H. So let's put perch in our circle and tie the string to the perch. Okay, now let's see if you can figure out what our next picture is going to be. I'm going to write the rhyme again and then have you see if you can figure out the word. We're going to do just like we did here. We're going to put I and R to spell So everybody go, This time we're going to put an L at the end. What's the sound for L? Oh. Now if we put those two sounds together, what do we have? Earl. Earl. Let's see, can you think of any words that end with Earl? If I put a circle here, put a hook down here, what letter is that? A G, and what's it sound? G. So now we've got G. Earl. G. Earl. Can you figure out what it is we're going to draw? We're going to draw a picture of a girl. So show me when you're ready for our girl's eyes. And I'm going to come way up here towards the top of my paper. And I'm going to make 2 circles for eyes. Then I'm going to add pupil inside each eye. Give a little curve for the nose. A nice curve for the mouth. I think I'll put a little circle on each side for the cheeks. Then I'm going to come and quite a ways up so that the eyes end up sort of in the middle of the head. I'll come down, around, and back up to here. I'm going to give her some hair, so I'll start from the middle up here and go down right next to that eye. Back from the middle, down next to this eye. And give a couple lines for hair. Now she's going to be wearing pigtails, and the pigtails are going to be tied with a bow. So right next to the eye on this one, I'm going to put a curved line, and then another long circle there. So there's a bow. And I'm going to come over here and give another bow. Now I'm going to give her a pigtail, and her pigtail is just going to go way out because it's almost like she's jumping up for joy. So it's coming around like this and back down. And then on the other side, curve up and back down. And you can put some little lines there for the hair. So there's her pigtail, and she's all excited. So now we're going to give her a shirt. So I'm going to start with a shirt, drawing a little box for her neck. Then we're going to come right straight out where that box is, come down a little bit, come in a little, and down. Just like that. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to come out, down, in a little bit, and down. And then make the bottom of her shirt. So there's the sleeves, and I'm going to make a little cuff at the end of each sleeve. So I'll put a rectangle there. Put a rectangle there. Now she's all excited and her hands are out like this as she's jumping up. So I'm going to make a curve here. There's a thumb, and her 4 fingers. Back down, out from here, and there's a thumb again and fingers. So she's all excited. Now she's wearing a skirt. So for her skirt, I'm going to flare out to this side. Flare out to this side. Connect the bottom of her skirt. So there's her skirt. And then her legs, a line down here and a line down here. Connect my 2 lines and put a line in the center. And a couple curved lines for her shoes. Now we can put some pleats on the skirt. Kind of going down like this with some lines. And if you want, you can make a little flower up here on her shirt so it's decorated. So there's my girl. So I'll tie my string to the girl. Now what is the girl wearing? What is this called? A skirt. So let's see if we can write the sounds in skirt. Say skirt. Skirt. What do you hear first? S. S for surfing, so make your S. What do you hear next? Skirt, skirt. K. K for blowing kisses. So make a K. What do you hear next? Skirt. Sing this after me. IR is for Irving. IR is for Irving. So make an I. Make an R. And what's the last sound of skirt? Skirt. Skirt. T. T for tickling. So let's put skirt in a circle and tie the string to the skirt. Now what's this that she's wearing? She's wearing a shirt. So let's put the sounds in shirt. What's the first sound you hear? Shirt. Shirt. Whose sound is that? Shh. SH for Sheriff Shadrach. What's the next sound you hear in shirt? Shirt. There's Irving again. Sing this after me again. IR is for Irving. IR is for Irving. Sure. And what's the last sound you hear in shirt? Shirt. T. T for tickling. So put your shirt in a circle. And this time tie the string to the shirt. Okay, well we're going to do one more. We're going to draw a bird again. But this time we're going to draw a different kind of a bird. So follow along with me. We'll do a mystery draw and see if you can guess what it is we're drawing. So hopefully I can draw it well enough that you can guess. So I'm going to start with an eye. So I'm going to put a circle here and put a dot for the pupil. Then I'm going to take and start just not almost at the top. Come around, down in, and straight down. It's going to have kind of a long neck. Then from this one, I'm going to give it what's called a waddle. This animal has a waddle. So I'm going to come down here with a long, almost a teardrop shape. Then it has a beak, and the beak is going to stick out from the waddle here. And then it's going to come back in here a little bit. So there's the waddle. You guess what we're drawing yet? There's the rest of the neck. So now we're going to give it its back. So I'm going to make some little lines along here. Then I'm going to come all the way around here and stop right there. Then we're going to give it a wing. So the wing is going to come down and touch there, and then some scallops down here on the end and come back up. Then I'm going to make some scallopy lines here and connect. Then this animal has long, colorful feathers. So I'm going to make here, and then I can make a line coming down from each one of those. Okay, have you guessed what we're drawing a picture of yet? Now we can come down for some feet. Now what does that look like we drew a picture of? Can you say turkey? What's the first sound you hear in turkey? Turkey. T. T for tickling. What's the next sound you hear in turkey? Turkey. You are turn. You are turn. So we're going to spell the in turkey with a U-R. What's the next sound? K. Turkey. K. K for blowing kisses. And now we're going to use a different letter pattern for spelling Eve's sound. Sometimes at the end of a word, Eve uses both an E and a Y at the end. So E-Y is spelling E for Eve. So here's my turkey. And we'll tie the string to the turkey, just like so. Now, if you look at the end of this, turkey ends with key. So we could even draw a picture of a key here. And this is a key like I might use to open my door. Well, a key almost turned out looking like a saw, but we'll call it a key. So that was a k, e, and in key, the Eve sound is spelled with a Y. So you could draw a picture of a key that you use to unlock your house there. Okay, so we've got turkey, bird, girl, perch, skirt, shirt, turkey, and key. So let's see what song we can use some of that in. Remember when we did this song?
Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a bat wearing a hat down by the bay? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, back to my home, I dare not go, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a rat chasing a cat down by the bay?
Okay, well, we're going to do our own verse. So if you have this paper, take your reading finger and put it up here, and let's read the words. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a... And what did we just draw a picture of last? We drew a picture of a turkey. So let's write the word turkey on our page. Get a pen that's not running out of ink here. What's the first sound in turkey? T. T for tickling. What's the next sound in turkey? You are turn. So we use a U and an R. Turkey. And now we have the word key at the end. K for Kimmy kangaroo and an EY for Eve's sound. So there's turkey. For if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a turkey dance the... Now, when I was in school, there was a dance that people liked to do that was called the herky-jerky. And herky-jerky also doesn't have to be a dance. It has another meaning where it means you go forward, you stop, jerk back, forward, stop. And when a turkey walks, it almost does a herky-jerky because its head goes. I had an uncle that when I rode in his car, which I didn't like to do, he drove very herky-jerky because he would put on the gas and the car would lunge forward, and then he'd put on the brake and you'd go back in your seat. And so it was just kind of always herky-jerky. What's the first sound you hear in herky? Herky. H for hippy hippo. Her. E-R. For turning. Her. K for blowing kisses. And this time we don't need the E, just a Y at the end. So that says herky. Now we're going to leave a space because jerky is another word. Start here. What do you hear first? J. J for juggling. Now we're going to use again. E. R. Jerk. K for blowing kisses. And we'll use our Y again to spell Eve sound. So what does this say? Herky-jerky. My mother will say, did you ever see a turkey dance the herky-jerky down by the bay? So let's see if we can do the whole thing now. Ready? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a turkey dance the herky-jerky down by the bay? So what do you need a picture of up here? You need a turkey. And where's the turkey? Down by the bay. And what's the turkey doing down by the bay? He's doing the herky-jerky. So you can see what kind of dance you can do that has a herky-jerky stop and go kind of movement to it. So I hope that was fun for you today. Learned a lot of new words. So practice those words, practice writing them again, and I'll do the same, and then show you what I did on my paper the next time that we meet. So I hope to see you then.